do video. Today, as you can see by all of the sewing stuff around me, today is going to be a sew with me video. This is going to be a little sew with me / chit chat. And this is actually very exciting because this is the start of me creating the makeup bags that I'm going to sew and sell on this channel. And when I mentioned this on my recent Q&A video, so many of you were in the comments saying, so excited, count me in for a makeup bag, and I just thought that that was so exciting. So yeah, a little motivation to get started on it. So I have, so you guys know, started filming the process of sourcing the fabrics and the zippers and this fluffy stuff and everything like that. I have been filming that, but I haven't showed it to you guys yet because I want to put together a whole video of like the process behind the scenes making of these makeup bags. So that'll be coming eventually once I kind of get closer to actually launching this. But I thought in the meantime I should share with you guys like the process along the way. So today is actually the first day that I am officially getting started on this. I have made prototypes. So the one that I finally landed on is this one. So it's just a good shape. I've tested it a couple times by using it to put my makeup in and taking it with me on like overnight trips and traveling with it and seeing like how it goes in the bag and like how the zipper really feels and like reaching in and out of it, getting your makeup out and how much makeup fits in there and everything. And this just felt like the perfect size. So I have already gone through that process, and then these three are trials and errors. This one, well, I'll show you guys more on that future video where I finally announce it. But yeah, this just feels like so exciting and fun and girly and just like a nice little hobby to have that's outside of digital media and our various screens and things like that. It's just something I feel like to put your mind to, your hands to, and just get creative. And also really girly as well. Like if you saw the fabric that I'm using, it's the ditzy floral color, and then I have this like bright pink. And then I also put all of my sewing stuff into this tin box that I got from Love Shack Fancy. So this was for Valentine's Day actually. Love Shack Fancy did a collaboration with 1-800-Flowers. But the cookies came in this tin. And so I put like my sewing stuff all in here. And I just love, like, I have pink little, the classic sewing tomato, like pink measuring tape, and just little things like that. So I don't know, I'm just really excited to get started on this, and I'm really excited to share this with you because eventually when I do sell these, when I put these online for you to buy, it'll be like you're buying your own little piece of something that's made in New York. It's something just for you. You can use when you're traveling or just honestly use it at home, whatever you use, and it's made in New York and handmade. So each individual one will end up being sort of unique, and while the dimensions and the measurements are all the same, because they're made by hand, they're all going to be just slightly different naturally, and I just think that that is so special. So yeah, enough said. I am going to finally turn this thing on, brush off the dust, and get sewing. guys, so I think it's going well so far. I did take a little break to take Janie for a walk. I actually took her to the dog park and then I came back and bought some food and made dinner. So it's been well over an hour, maybe at least 2 hours or so. But I've made a lot of progress. So I did the outer side and like did the quilting straight pattern, and then I did the zipper on it to the inner lining, and it has this like fluffy stuff on the inside to make it all soft and like pillowy and quilt like. Yeah, I'm actually just going to do this part right now, which is the most difficult part for me for some reason, but it is the basically the lining. I just sewed it on, and when you zip, sometimes, I mean, I didn't do it that time. This is a really good zipper that I'm using here. It just can get caught on this lining. So what I'm going to do is actually sew this part down to the zipper on the inside. And I just find that that helps. There were so many dogs at the dog park today. Janie was pretty happy. There was some like bigger dogs came in that were very aggressive, and at that point we had been there for a while, so I was like, all right, I guess time for us to go. But she just loves it so much. She's always so happy when she goes there. She like, I took her outside and she just, as I know, as soon as she starts going that direction that she wants to go to the dog park. So I was like, wasn't actually planning to go, but I was like, all right. I felt bad that she had been cooped up all day. Let's see how this side did. It's a little bit, it goes astray at the end, right when it gets close to this. But all in all, it doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty good. I'm just being very nitpicky. Also, it is a pretty rainy and cold day today, so it just feels like a good day to just stay in and sew all day, honestly. Yeah, this spring so far in New York has been pretty rainy and cold, interestingly. I remember it being warmer in past years, but maybe either I'm remembering wrong or it's just abnormally cold this year. At least it's not like super hot, like, because New York does get like disgustingly hot in the summertime. So I just realized that I made a mistake, which is that I put this little kind of tab in the zipper to make sure that you can like hold on to something like this right here when you're like pulling the zipper open, and I sewed it on the wrong way. So I need to get my seam ripper and rip that part out and redo it. Thankfully it's only a small little part of it. I just looked at it like, wait a minute, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, let's clip these off and then check it. Janie, you okay? Like making funny noises over there. Bum ba da bum. There we go. Let's cut this little extra thread off. And yeah, there we go. Now it has this little tab thing here, which just helps for pulling the zipper. So this is one of the things that I mean by little imperfections, is that like I am just by hand kind of folding this over, and as you can see, it's not like exactly perfect, but it's just the inside lining, so it's not like the main part of the bag or anything, but like it's clearly handmade. So yeah, here we go. Looks pretty straight across on both sides now that it's been sewed. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good so far. I'm doing these like linings so that the edges just look perfectly finished off versus like this end, for example, that's just not finished yet. But this looks clean and nice. So yeah, as you can probably tell, it is getting darker out, and I'm just sewing away on this little bag. This is the first one I've done in a while, so I had to refer back to my notes of like, okay, how long did I want to do this part, and what are the measurements for this, and etc. But I think I've got it pretty good. I just love these tomatoes. I don't know what it is. I just think they're so cute. One thing I forget to do, not a lot, but like sometimes, is put the presser foot down. Sometimes I'll just start sewing and then it jams up and I'm like, oh wait, did I put the presser foot down? No, I didn't, and then I have to go back. And then also using this little thread cutter in the back instead of having to like cut right here every time. Getting in the habit of using that. Alright, so I've just now sewed the final side, and well, here right now you can see it inside out, which is where you can see all the lining, and flipping it. Let's move this out of the way. Flipping it right side in. We have a makeup bag. So let's test out the zip. Zip is perfect. I love that it holds its own shape on its own because it is pretty thick. I used like a thick layer of this, I don't know what you call it, fuzzy stuff, I'm just gonna call it. And yeah, so this is basically done, just comparing it to the one I showed you before. This one has the labels just pinned to it for now. I just printed off as examples. I'm deciding like which label I want to use. So besides the label, this is done and good to go. So yeah, first one done. It was good to get back into it. Now I need to make many, many more, but I hope that you guys are excited for this. And yeah, this is going to be, I think, this print, the original first one that I do. So yeah, oh, this one actually looks so good. I'm so excited about this. It's just gonna feel so good once these are all done, and then I can think about like what's the packaging I want to do for it, and like, you know, tissue paper and whatever else little surprises like that. So yeah, I think Lyle should be home soon because he texted me that he landed, so he was traveling for work. So yeah, that's that. But anyways, I have to clean this all up. I hope that you guys enjoyed sewing with me and chit-chatting a little bit and seeing the process for the new makeup bags. Make sure that you are subscribed if you haven't already, and hit the bell as well so that you're notified of any future videos. And of course, follow the Fashion Squirrel as well over on Instagram. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. Okay,